Hello, welcome to Pike Creek Farm. My name is Renee, and if this is your first time here, thank you so much for joining us. Today, I'm going to do a little bit of a talk for my planning for my first week in February, my menu plan. I find it helps me on so many levels. It takes away stress, it keeps me organized, it keeps me on budget, and I just have an idea. Now, is it carved in stone? No, sometimes it changes because life happens, but I always have a game plan. And last month I did the pantry challenge where I wasn't buying hardly anything at the store. I did buy some things my husband wanted and some dairy. So this month I have decided, and this is what one of my viewers is actually doing, and I'm going to jump along in with it. It's going to be Frugal February. Frugal February. So I am going to buy some things, but I'm going to try and work everything into what I already have. So I'm not buying a complete meal at the store, if that makes sense. So I did go shopping today, and I wrote down what I bought, and I worked on this for several days to make sure I took things on and off and on and off, because I usually do grocery pickup, because then nothing extra just like leaps into my cart. I have that happen when I go in the store. So I'm going to tell you what I bought. I spent $69 today. We were just about out of ketchup. I got two. I meant to get one, but I have two. So that's okay. We don't go through a lot, so I won't have to buy ketchup for a long time. I bought some fresh mushrooms. I'm so happy to have some fresh produce. I bought some mini peppers. I bought lettuce. My husband wanted grapes. I got grapes, and those weren't cheap. So that was, tomato. So that was the fresh produce. I got some boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I got the family size pack. It's going to do us for at least 4 meals. And I'm doing again this week where I cook once, eat twice, so I'm having planned leftovers. So 4 of those meals are from the chicken thighs. I bought rice. We went through a lot of rice this past, and so I went through one of my containers, so I bought some more rice to replace that. I bought yogurt. Greek yogurt for my breakfast. I bought cottage cheese. Jim wanted raisins, and he likes instant oatmeal, so he'd used up all that. So I got that. I got some ice cream, so a little bit of splurges in there too. Oh, and I bought the chicken sausage. I like those from lunches and with eggs. It's just a nice protein that I like and I can grab and have easily. So that was, and half and half. Can't forget the half and half for the coffee. And I did have coffee that was delivered yesterday. So that would take it up to $78 that I spent on groceries this month so far. So 78, I'll write that down. So I don't think that's too bad. I think that's pretty frugal, and I won't have to get much next week. And I'm going to go based on the sale flyers, anything that I pick up, and that's what I tried to do, was get the good values. Now, what are we having to eat this week? Today is Sunday. I am making chicken thighs that I'm marinating in a combination of soy sauce, some barbecue sauce, some garlic, a little bit of oyster sauce, some pepper. I think that's all I put in there. So kind of like Asian barbecue-ish, if that makes sense. And I'm gonna have some of my home frozen winter squash. Why did I say canned? Frozen. I cooked up all the squash, and then I vacuum sealed it, and I just pull out a pack, and it's so easy, and it's so good. And my husband is still dealing with a sore tooth, so soft foods are our friends right now. And I'm going to have mashed potatoes with that, and I think some broccoli. These lettuce and that stuff will be for my lunches a lot this week for work, and we might have a side salad with, or I might, he won't. But he does like cottage cheese, so he'll have some of that with dinner with some, he likes it with canned peaches. So that'll be dinner tonight. Then tomorrow night we'll have leftovers. I do work tomorrow, so I love to have planned leftovers on Monday after work. Tuesday and Wednesday, I have jury duty. Who knows if I'll have to go both days? You know, you don't know until you call in the morning and see what's going on. And then when you go, if they actually pick you. So I've been called for jury duty before, but I've never actually had to serve. So they keep calling me. No, Tuesday, I'm going to make a skillet meal. It'll be fast. I use either hamburger or home canned beef, and I add home canned potatoes, home canned carrots, some onion, some garlic. I will add peas if I have peas. I add mushrooms, and I fry it all up. Add some broth in there to simmer it. Sometimes I add a soup, sometimes I don't. And then I put some cheese on top and let it just cook in the, finish off in the oven. It makes a lot, so it'll be 2 nights. And the flavors are actually better the second night with all the spices and everything just mingles together. So that's something that we like. That's a real hearty, easy meal in the winter. So it's a big cast iron pan, so it'll work us for, it'll make enough for 2 nights. Then Thursday, I'm going to pull out some more of the chicken thighs that I bought. And I have this recipe that I love for sweet and sour chicken. And I like to use the chicken thighs. The sauce is amazing. It's fast. It's like a 15-minute sauce. I add some pineapple tidbits, which I found in my pantry. And then I add some like frozen peppers to it and whatever vegetables I want. Sometimes I add, sometimes I don't. And we serve it over rice. Sometimes I'll serve egg rolls with it, but I don't have any right now. And he's wanting softer things. So Thursday and Friday, we'll have Chinese, my version. And then Saturday is bingo in town, and I think I might go to that with some friends. So if I go to that, they have a pretty inexpensive concession stand, so I might get something to eat there. But I'm going to play it by ear. Depends on the weather. If it's snowing, I'm not going. And then I'll just make something quick here, some fast food from my pantry. Something like pulled pork sandwiches or something. But I don't know yet. That one is a little iffy. And I might do the pulled pork anyway so that my husband can have that when I go, because he doesn't usually go. And then maybe if there's enough, we can do that for Sunday. Now, I am excited. The new sale flyer has pork butt for $1.49 a pound. And I'm getting not low, but my stock downstairs of canned pork is a little lower than I'd like it to be. So I'm going to pick up 1 or 2 of those and process. And some I'll cut into like for country ribs or other meals. But I'm looking forward to that. And $1.49 is the best price I've seen in a while. And I want to show you a deal I got earlier in the week. It was like one of my last things for the pantry challenge, and I hadn't hit my budget. And I went into Meijer's and I saw Sara Lee, like what you get sliced in the deli, one of those round things. They had like 4 of them, and they were marked down like 75% off. I got 5-pound thing for $11, and originally it was over $40. So let me show you what I did with it. I brought home the chicken. I had a few lunches on it, and then I thought I'd better package it up. So I did some that is julienned, like for salads. Some is shredded, and some was slices, like here for dinners that I could make something out of. But I ended up with 7 packages that I packaged up for the freezer, and I can just pull out to use for lunches or dinner, and I'm really happy with that. So I think that was a great deal. It's perfect for me for lunch, for work. I can do a lot of different things with it. I can even do, like with the slices, I can do some roll-ups that are stuffed. You know, there's a lot of different things I can do. So that was my big deal of the week. So for Frugal February, I'm going to track everything. I'm going to keep track of what I'm buying. And then when I plan my menus, I'm going to try and, if I have to fill in from the store, I'm going to try and use what I have. For example, the sweet and sour chicken. I thought about buying some fresh peppers, but I have peppers that I vacuum sealed. Slices, half peppers, beautiful red peppers from our garden. I don't need to buy a red pepper. I have onions here already. I have this one. All I had to buy was the chicken. So all I had to do was buy the meat. I have rice, but I did stock up and add more rice. But I had everything else to make the sauce. I have frozen peppers. I have freeze-dried onions. I think I still have some regular onions downstairs too. So instead of just buying more, I just bought what I needed. And I think that kept my food bill down pretty low. That's my plan for the first week of Frugal February, as I'm calling it. Well, I didn't call it that. One of my viewers did. But if you've been following along, you know that we had some unexpected expenses. So it makes sense to continue to be frugal and fill in the gaps, but not go spend hundreds and hundreds at the grocery store at this stage. And I have good food in my house. I don't need to. That is my plan for this week. I am looking forward to actually the sweet and sour chicken. I haven't made that in a long time. And it is, I think it's amazing. It even tastes better the next day. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful week. And I'll see you next time at Pike Creek Farm.